morning, yellow lines passing through. And I don't know where I'm going, but I know what I'm telling you. Oh, wherever you may go, walk the open road.
Hi, I'm Doug Knight with Knight's Action Park, Caribbean Water Adventure, and the Route 66 Twin Drive-In Theater here on the southwest side of Springfield, Illinois. Yeah, well, my grandfather, George Knight Sr., decided he'd rather teach golf than play professionally. Of course, back in the 1930s, there wasn't much money to be made on playing on the tour, so he had learned how to play golf under Willie Anderson, the first guy to win the U.S. Open 4 times, and toured the country doing trick shots during World War I, raising money for the Red Cross Baby Ice Fund. So anyway, in 1930, he decided to open up a golf range, and did that for a number of years. My folks started in business in 1952 with an archery range at the golf range, both deciding they wanted to go in business for themselves and not work for the IRS, is that where they met. Then what's called a family entertainment center kind of evolved. I mean, they started miniature golf when the putting surface was asphalt with brushed sand, and then indoor-outdoor carpeting was invented, and put in go-karts before they had concession go-karts, and then that industry took off, and so we had then what's called a family entertainment center with our archery range, baseball batting cages, golf range, go-karts, and miniature golf courses. And then we had lost our lease in the middle 70s there, and purchased some land here on the southwest side of Springfield, and built the operation here, and that was 1976 was the last year we operated a scaled down version on 3000 South Grand East in Springfield. And 1980 we started with 3 water slides on the hill, and have been developing the water park ever since. And 2002 reopened the Route 66 Twin Drive-In Theater, and have the park we have today now. Oh, 66, I mean, we didn't, you never thought anything about it being growing up, but the 3000 South Grand East was actually off the old Route 66, the bypass, before the Interstate 55 was built. And then behind us here, just on this side of this overpass, is a 1926 to 1930 stretch of the Route 66. And it's a piece of Americana, a piece of history that sure has developed a bit of a renaissance, and a lot of people, I understand, traveling the whole route, coming from all over the world and doing that, and it's kind of thrilling being such a part of it. Being out here, it's not unusual to catch a group of people. I haven't seen anything unusual this year, but there seems to be a lot of English that come over here, and they will be renting cars in Chicago and driving the whole route. And I know last year there was about 20 cars pulled off by the Route 66 drive-in sign, getting their photos taken, or you'll see them pull into the drive-in or the park and just checking the place out in their convertibles and stuff. And you talk to them a little bit and find out what they're doing and where they're from, and it's kind of neat. Well, this time of year, my favorite is definitely the water park. It's a great way to stay cool, and I've got 4 kids, 11 to 6, and they just spend their whole summer out here swimming with their friends and what have you. And then, of course, in the spring and fall, and in the evenings when it's cooled off and got a nice breeze, the miniature golf and the golf range is, and the go-karts are pretty hopping, and of course the drive-in, depending on the weather and the product that's available, creates a lot of interest on the week. Well, it's hands-on for me. I mean, you have to love the business, because I grew up in this business, open to close 7 days a week, and it is very much hands-on. You're here every day, and you develop a relationship with your regular guests that come into the park, and you can see, you're working with the maintenance and upkeep and all that, and really, I think there's a little bit more attention to detail, I like to think, and I think the people like to rub elbows with the people whose name's on the sign. So the Ferris wheel you see behind me, when we acquired it, it's a cable drive wheel, and we can't, the manufacturer that's from Jacksonville, Illinois, Eli Bridge Company. They couldn't tell me exactly what when it was manufactured, but they know it's the 1930s based on the construction, but couldn't find a serial number on it. So that was tore down to nothing, and everything that could wear out was replaced on it, and went back to the factory and got the TLC that it needed to bring it back to its condition that it's in today. So as a kid, I've always dreamed of having a roller coaster, but I don't know if I'll ever do that or see that. And I've always dreamed about having a train run around the park, and I don't know if I'll do that or see that. But there's always hope. You just never know. I mean, we're always looking for new and fresh ideas and things that will give our guests more to do, and maybe they can spend a little more time here, and also stretch out the season in the spring and the fall. Having more dry stuff, I think, is important for them to have. So, you know, this park has evolved to one of the biggest family attractions south of I-80 in Illinois, and are recognized so by the state and a lot of people. And you know, I think Central Illinois is real appreciative to have this facility, because you don't really find a park like this unless you're in a major metropolitan area like St. Louis or Chicago or something like that. So I guess we're kind of lucky that we've stuck to our roots and developed this product here, and it's kind of snuck up on us. So now it's just a big monster we keep feeding, I guess. So.